excited and nervous. A big well of nervousness had built up, actually. Perhaps it had become bigger than that ocean. The cabbie had reminded me of my great-uncle Maury from Topeka, and he was a welcome sight. I knew I should be tired, probably exhausted considering the distance and the time change, but along with the nervousness, I was running on anxious anticipation. I hoped I wouldn't crash too hard when the most likely unavoidable crash came. The cab was similar to a PT Cruiser, but stretched a little both sideways and upward, and slightly more snub-nosed than the sedan or van-like cabs I'd seen. Both the black vehicle's front and back bumpers were dented. Magnetic signs had been crookedly stuck to the two front doors. The signs said, McKenna Cab. There was no reason for me to feel confident about the McKenna Cab Company, except for the driver's friendly great-uncle Maury-like eyes. I was trying hard to be brave, be bold, not let anyone see that I was out of Kansas for the first time in my 29 years of life. I was a grown-up and could handle anything. There are cities in Kansas. I'd lived in Wichita, for goodness sake. There's traffic, too. Perhaps there were no cities like Edinburgh, and no traffic like what I was currently being swerved and jolted through, on the wrong side of the road, which was too confusing to contemplate at the moment. But I still wasn't going to let the differences make me reticent or timid. At least, that was the plan. The next jerky turn to the left gave me a perfect view of the castle on the hill. Of course, I'd done plenty of research about my new home, and Edinburgh Castle was at the top of my list of places to visit. There it is, I said to myself as I peered up and out of the windshield. Its backdrop was currently made up of light gray clouds, which I thought added the proper touch of menace to the otherwise majestic sight.
Aye, that's our castle. It's quite the place. Probably our busiest spot for the tourists. Are you planning on visiting it this trip?
Yes, but I'm not here on vacation. I'm here for a job. I have a work visa and everything.
And you say you're from America?
Yes, I grew up on a farm outside of Kingman, Kansas, but I've been working in Wichita.
Aye? Where's Kansas?
Oh, smack dab in the middle of the country. In fact, the contiguous geographic center of the country is close to Lebanon, Kansas.
Well, it's very exciting that you're here. The missus and I will have you over for dinner. You'll be working at the bookshop?
Yes.
Living close by? Surely not at the hotel.
I'll be searching for an apartment, a flat. Edwin had booked a room for me at the hotel, but I hoped to find a more permanent home soon. I wasn't supposed to report to work until tomorrow, but I couldn't wait that long. Edwin had said that the hotel and the bookshop were near each other. I decided I'd drop off my bags and go directly to the shop and wait until the weekend to tackle the task of finding a flat. Elias scrunched up his nose and rubbed his finger under it.
You'll need some help, lass. When you're ready, I'll take you around and show you the good places to live and the places to stay away from, if you'd like.
That would be great. Thank you, I said. I was sure it would take lots of people's help and advice to find the right place.
It will be my pleasure.
Elias glanced briefly in the mirror.
So, we're stopping at the hotel first?
Yes, please.
Ah, such a fine American accent. The missus will be tickled to meet you. You ken, she used to have the fiery red hair, just like yourself. Now she's grey and beautiful, but her red hair was at one time as bright as yours.
I look forward to meeting her, too. I thought maybe I'd blend in a little more here in Scotland. There weren't many of us redheads in the area of Kansas I grew up in. Of course, in Wichita I wasn't quite so obvious, but my dad used to say he could always find the farm by looking for the flame of my hair along the horizon. Elias smiled in the rearview mirror.
Oh, lass, that's just one of those American things. There are no more redheads here in Scotland than in, say, your New York City. We didn't make claim to them all.
Really?
Aye, really.
My nonsensical hopes of being mistaken for a red-headed Scottish princess of days gone by were suddenly dashed. I was surprised that even with all my research I'd missed that all redheads didn't somehow make claim to the Scottish landscape. I'd been afflicted with the brightest tones, the fieriest red hair, the palest skin dotted with orange.